Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope everybody is doing great and having a great day. So starting off with very good news once again. There was somebody in the comment section who wrote something, I think it was right before I went to sleep, so didn't have a chance to respond. It was about the price of Bitcoin hitting, I think 3,600, and I was like, that is absolutely insane. Went to sleep, woke up, lo and behold, Bitcoin has hit yet another new price record. It's actually around, I think, 3,720 right now. The price of Bitcoin on August 1st was 2,700. So if you this is absolutely crazy. This is why I love crypto. This is why I love, I actually don't mind the price fluctuations because of moments like this. I know a lot of people, cryptocurrencies aren't for the faint of heart. If you have been dealing with this for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not something that is exactly for everybody because there are certain sleepless nights that you might have. So last summer, when the price of Bitcoin was floating around $300, what have you, whatever the exact number might have been, if you had gotten 10 Bitcoin last year, I was telling so many people that I knew to start getting into Bitcoin. No one listened to me. That's not to say that no one listened to me. I may have a friend who's like secretly hoarding them, but as far as I know, no one took my advice. If you had gotten 10 Bitcoin last summer when they were around 300 a piece, you would have made $10,000 over the last 12 days in August alone. How ridiculous is that? That is exactly why I make these videos, to tell you guys what's going on with these coins. Because like I say, I mean, the prices may seem high now, but I literally believe that this is only the beginning. I do not see this slowing down anytime soon. We may, of course, go through price dips and what have you. Like there's always a downturn in the market. Things might not be as hyped or as exciting for a certain period. So, prices tend to slide down. We've all seen it before. But once more people start getting into this, and I've already told you guys before, there are tons of rich people who are hoarding Bitcoin. And I don't mean like a couple of them. They're buying millions of dollars worth of it every single day. And this is eventually going to get to a point where there's so few that are going back and forth that the prices are just going to skyrocket, and this is going to happen to every other coin. I also believe this for the smaller coins as well. A lot of people keep asking me in the comment section which coins do they think will eventually go up, or like what coins below this price, etc., $1, 50 cents, what have you. This is, like I always say, guys, please do your own research on these coins. But from what I've seen, when you look at the graph, especially when you look at the graphs from January until around like May, and you see the price of Bitcoin, completely skyrocketed. So did Ethereum, so did Ripple, so did Litecoin. Like they all went up at the exact same time. But if you look at, once again, I like to use CoinMarketCap to figure out my prices. If you look at the prices of every single coin from this time period, they all went up. Dogecoin went up. Like I was going to say some obscure name that I completely forgot. Anyway, yeah, the point is that they all go up at a certain point, and it seems that Bitcoin is usually the thing that drags them all up. See, even if they are a lesser coin, I believe that they still will go up. Like one of them is, I believe it's called Digibyte, DIGIBYTE. If you look at the price, I believe it's less than 1 cent, or it might be at 1 cent because of recent price increases. Pay attention to the graphs and look at, if you're interested in any coin that is less than 1 cent or less than 50 cents or less than 10 cents, look at the graphs from January of this year to around May or June, when all the prices kind of like, started like settling and relaxing and stuff like that. Bitcoin dragged every single one of these up. I believe there's huge profits to be made in every single coin. But if you're looking for something that's still relatively cheap that you may get a large profit from, realistically, if things continue going this way, and if Bitcoin ever does hit 55,000, 100,000 a coin, I believe even Dogecoin at some point could be worth 20, 30, 40, 50 cents just because it has dragged everything up with it. This is just my personal opinion. Like I always say, guys, please make sure to do your own research. I know some people who have jumped into certain coins or certain things. They just kind of thought that, the price is low, they can kind of hop into it, and then they ended up losing money. But like I said, I think that in the long term, I know a lot of people are short-term investors. A lot of people writing comments that they want new boats and they want new houses and stuff like that. So I assume they want the money right now. But if you're in it for the long term, I believe that everything will eventually rise. That is, of course, like I always say, unless some major country bans cryptocurrencies. And at that point, then, the game that we've been playing online is kind of over. But I don't see that in the near future. So continuing on, So this only got started in January, and this is the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, the EEA. I think what they're doing is really, really cool. So they already have more than 150 members on their side. I think it was 120 a couple weeks ago or something like that. So the entire point of them is it's kind of a consortium of companies and, you know, larger individuals who believe in Ethereum and where it is going towards the future and what to kind of do with it moving ahead. So since last month alone, they've been working on details of its governance, which is really important, and working on the enterprise's objectives, because a large part of it is that these people, they're not all from, rather everyone has their own ideas as to what should happen with Ethereum or which companies should, you know, jump on board with this entire alliance thing. But of course, you know, people only want prestigious companies and enterprises in this organization. They don't just kind of want anyone else walking off the street saying, hey, I have $5, you know, let me please join. So a meeting took place 2 days ago that was pretty much, it was open to all the members, which usually doesn't happen. I think like there are like certain tiers for people who have invested more. This entire meeting was focused on discussions and what the process of building actual products might look like in the future on the platform, which is, like I said, very important moving ahead. So 94 members were actually at this meeting, including the heads of JP Morgan Chase and Healthcare Working Group. And I always say, guys, pay attention. Why would JP Morgan Chase be at something about Ethereum? They clearly have a large stake in this, and they, you know, they clearly want to make money as well. This is why I always say, keep a heads up, because if they're definitely not having Ethereum sit at $300 a coin. That is not going to happen. They are planning on something big, especially when you have 94 members at a meeting. They were there to focus on and figure out the future of how to deal with separate projects that they're working on to properly mesh together, because not all of the members from who are working on this entire thing are English speaking. I think a lot of them, or rather a large portion of them, are actually from Asia and Europe, even though, you know, English tends to be the language for business. So a lot of them have been putting forth proposals to begin voting on certain things. And the way that they may move forward when it comes to voting is actually doing blockchain voting, which is actually really smart. And it seems a lot more reliable, because I know a lot of times a lot of other organizations or things that are similar to this, when they have tried to do voting, you know, people kind of raise their hands and then people end up saying, oh no, I didn't vote for that, I didn't do so and so. So if everything is on the blockchain and everything is transparent, you kind of can't go back on it, which is, you know, pretty interesting. So the end goal of the entire thing is to strengthen the alliance so that they all remain informed and are all on the same page when it comes to future projects, which is very important, as I said, because they do not speak the same language sometimes. But this is going to be very interesting moving forward. It's like I said, since January, they already have 150 members. I'm very excited to see where this goes in the future and the future of Ethereum. You guys know Ethereum is one of my favorite coins. I am very bullish on it. People keep talking in the comment section about it going to 1,000. Believe you me, I am also one of the people who I'm desperately waiting for it to hit 1,000. That is going to be a great day, and I very much look forward to making that video. So I've also stated this before in other videos when it comes to Bitcoin and gold, but now, like I said, when you see these things on the news, when you see the things talking about, on huge platforms, there's a reason for this. And I think my personal opinion is that I believe that, these are signals to other rich people to start doing these things. So a number of experts have actually gone on the record on CNBC stating that many investors have chosen Bitcoin over gold and stocks as their ideal choice for investing, which I have said would happen before. This is fairly obvious. I have had discussions with other people. I think they call them gold bugs, people who are obsessed with gold and the price of gold and where it should go in the future. And I was trying to explain to them in as nice a way as possible without being too mean. The price of gold has slid sideways to 1,200 for the last, 7 years or something like that. Now Bitcoin made the price of gold in the last 12 days. That is something completely ridiculous. And I think, not to say that more people should get into cryptocurrencies, which they should, but I think we're going to continue seeing a huge shift of people who are tired of lackluster returns when it comes to other forms of investment. Even there are certain things like this is like I always say, I'm obsessed with real estate, but cryptocurrencies completely blow real estate completely out of the water. Like nothing can touch them at the moment. I mean, I won't say that they're unstoppable. Nothing's unstoppable, but it's very interesting to see these gains in such a short amount of time, in only 8 years. And like I said, Bitcoin's been around for 8 years, and other coins have been around for anywhere between like 3 and 4 years, and they've already like 3,000% gains in half a year. That is completely insane. So one of the investors who was on recently on CNBC, his name is Thomas Lee. He stated, when given a choice between precious metals and US stocks, Bitcoin was easily the best option. End quote. And I 100% agree with him. I've been telling all my friends to get into it, and actually have a small sliver of friends who have started investing in it as well, and they see the profits that have been happening every single day, and they keep tagging me and things on Facebook, which is great, because it's good that they're finally paying attention, and I want them to show other people that these things are possible. There's no reason that anyone should be broke right now. Like, we should all be making tons of money, and tons of people already are on these things. So if you have friends who need to make some type of money, or even just like short-term gains, try and get them into cryptocurrencies, explain it to them, show them some things online, and help everybody. Like, it's good karma. Help everyone make money, and you yourself will probably also make money. You're only doing good. So he went on to say that if Bitcoin captures just 5% of the currency markets, Bitcoin's value will easily exceed to $25,000 to $50,000 a coin. Now, this goes hand in hand as well with all the other price projections that we've been seeing from other people. Other mathematicians and analysts have been saying that it'll hit 55,000 a coin just from the hype. Isn't the word. I keep thinking hype. I'm on Instagram far too much. It's just from the usage that we see now, and the amount of people mining it, and the amount of times that the difficulty will be increased and stuff like that. We can see that the price should actually hit this amount. And just imagine if we already have 55,000 a coin, and then all these other markets start flooding into cryptocurrencies, the price will absolutely explode for all the coins. This is literally what is going to happen. So this, of course, comes a year after there were tons of interviews and investors on other shows, on CNBC, on CNN, what have you, who kept on saying that the price of Bitcoin, was supposed to be zero by 2017. So many analysts were like, I don't see this going anywhere. This is just 1 year. It's amazing how 365 days can change someone's mind or change their wallet, because I'm pretty sure they knew other people who got into this. They saw that they were making huge profits, and they decided to go back on and start singing the praises of cryptocurrencies, because they knew that there's real money to be made in this now. Like I always say, guys, follow the code that these people tell other rich people on TV. It's there for you to take advantage of. I hope everyone has been making money from these things. There's no reason not to. So the prices of things have been going up. Like I think Ripple is down around 1%, but don't even worry about that. Part of the Ripple team is that they purposely don't throw out all this huge news. Like I said, when I look for news about them, I read it on their actual website. They don't push all the really good information out there, because what ends up happening is they'll get tons of price fluctuations. And what they've said on their blog, and many times before, is that they want prices to remain stable so that more people can get into it. And the more people that get into it, the stronger the network becomes. It's kind of the same with Bitcoin. When there weren't a lot of people in the network, we were having 40 to 50% price fluctuations up and down every single day, and now the price fluctuations that we have are maybe 2, 3, 4% up and down. So this is exactly what they are planning on doing with Ripple. I know I've heard a lot of people's frustration with all this really good news. They're saying, why isn't the price moving? The price will eventually move. It's just that they don't want tons of hype to get into it, because what ends up happening is if you push thousands of people into this hype bubble, eventually it will pop, and then the only people who are left in it were the people who were originally in it for the actual purpose of it. But yeah, not to blabber on, but this is absolutely excellent. Everything that's happening right now. I'm very, very excited for the future. I hope you guys have a great day, have a great afternoon, have a great morning, wherever you are. I hope it's sunny, or if it's rainy, I hope you are reading about cryptocurrencies and doing research on how to make more money. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you once again for all the support, and I will talk to you all soon. See you. Hey everyone, thank you very much again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys would like to help me and the channel, there are ways to do so in the description below. Thank you very much, and talk to you guys soon.